gentlemen, boys, girls, welcome to this is the Swedish hog tying shit that you kinky bastards are all about.
No, that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
Is this the scrotum Erica thing you guys keep doing?
No, that is not what that is either.
Oh, well, welcome to the Turkmenistan Grand Prix. I will be your host, Byron Derkson, and with me, as always, is the professor of prestidigitation. I've had me a few bottles of wine, Mike Magas.
I am now westernized from my trip to BC.
And with us as a special guest commentator, even though we try and bully him almost every week to do it, he always chickens out. It's your boy, Pablito Ricardo Bongo himself.
Hey now.
Indeed.
What is up, gentlemen?
Not too much. We're doing commentary. I must say, Mike Stockmill changing to the Alfa Romeo and picking the My Quinqua car. Come on, man. Come on. Quinqua Ma is a terrible, terrible driver.
Yeah, but Mike Stockmill is not.
If you're yes, but if he's RPing, role-playing, as Quinqua Ma, he has to jam it into the wall in the first corner really hard. That's how that works.
Who the fuck would role-play in a sim racing game? Are you high?
Hey, I care what driver's name is on my car.
I was joking about the kinky stuff before, but if you guys are into the kind of like, oh, I'm going to be the guy in the tight leather suit, but for reals, though.
Well, I know I race in a full racing suit. I assumed everybody here at ESR does.
I don't even have gloves or shoes.
I had NASCAR branded on my forehead.
Mike Stockmill will start from the pole position with the Hyundais of Christoph Verstappen, Paul Riccobene after them, and then the Volkswagen of Josiah Jerome. Zoltan Kalmandi, Yevgeny Lazarenko, Simeon Niku, Wayne Medeiros, Martin Edmonds, and Edward Gonzalez. Your top 10. Go, Speedy, go!
I'd like to point out that Mike was talking absolute shit about Stockmill before we started recording, and Homeboy still has the fastest lap.
That's not true at all. I never talk shit about.
It's partially true.
Byron, you should see the PMs I have from Mike about Stockmill. It's just constant shit talking. It's unbelievable.
Disgusting.
See, this doesn't work when I shit talk everyone to their face.
That's probably true.
It is true.
There are people.
Romeo's the best looking car.
It is the best looking car. I will give it that. But it or the Volkswagen or the Peugeot are definitely the three worst cars.
Surprisingly, I have a suspicion that it may not be so bad today.
Well, I mean, it's Mike Stockmill. So, Mike Stockmill makes everything great. He's talking about racing the Camaro in the upcoming 3D Speed Series.
I know. I'm quite upset by that.
Here we go. Red lights, red lights, red lights.
I've
go!
been told by Mr. Stockmill I have to watch out for a particular incident he was involved with.
Oh. We'll look forward to that. Paul Riccobene with a terrible, terrible start. What are you doing, Paul?
Terrible.
Turns out that I did not know how to use the launch control.
You have lost spots to Josiah Jerome, Zoltan Kalmandi, Simeon Niku.
I mean,
you're losing.
Sound like slow guys, though.
You're losing another spot to Yevgeny Lazarenko.
Okay, that guy's terrible. You now must face disgrace.
I would highly recommend anybody who's going to race these cars learns how to press a button before they launch.
I mean, the worst start has to go to Edward Gonzalez, who slipped back from 10th all the way to 17th. So that's less than ideal.
I mean, how are you going to let Scott Greenfield beat you like that? Jeez.
Yeah, Scott Greenfield, Toby Howard in front of him. Rochelle Guerin up into the top 10. She's in 10th behind Alexander Samardzic, who's had a pretty good start.
Pablito passes Martin Edmonds like he's standing still.
Indeed, indeed. Now, the downside, though, is you were behind Martin Edmonds. Josiah Jerome putting the pressure on Yevgeny Lazarenko. Yevgeny is winning this championship, and am I not mistaken on that?
He is leading. He's been insanely consistent. Podiumed almost the entire season.
It seems like the front-wheel drivers suit Mr. Lazarenko's driving style, which is not terribly surprising, because he's very robust in his driving. Oh, someone's driving my car. It's Zoltan. I'm officially cheering for Zoltan. He's in my car.
Now, my one question is, Paul, why are you driving literally the ugliest car? The worst paint job there is.
No, I heard you guys comment on this a few races ago. It's beautiful. It's white. It's clean.
A terrible paint job.
It's not filled with all that garbage.
There are so many better Hyundai liveries. Even
there's two.
There are more.
2 liveries.
I
And
I
you
will say
picked
for the
terrible.
record that the only thing worse than that is like the off yellow and off gray combo that just looks like the worst ice cream you could possibly get.
Oh yeah, the Porsche, which James Butler drives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny, I found it quite attractive myself.
Martin Edmonds trying to go around the outside of Zoltan Kalmandi, but Zoltan holds him off because he has the power of the Red Hell car. I have no idea what Red Hell is. All I know is it's the sponsor on that car.
Good old Riddle.
I'm gonna guess an energy drink. Like, is there anything else that would really work with that?
Dickville.
I would not drink Red Hell.
I think it's Red Hell or Red Devil. I'm not sure which. But I mean, if it's Red Devil, you could be correct. It's a Dickville.
I got some UFC updates.
What you
Reyes crushes Weidman via TKO.
That's both disappointing and hopeful.
Yair Rodriguez wins via UD against Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens.
That disappoints me because Jeremy Stevens, I don't know, after how Yair Rodriguez behaved after their first fight, not so great.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be a bitch, you're gonna lose like a bitch.
Jeremy Stevens ain't no bitch, though.
Well, I mean, he's gone from this hot, young, explosive prospect to too old to actually get anything done within my lifetime. It's pretty sad.
I mean, you're not entirely incorrect, but I'd say he can still get things done. He's still winning more fights than he loses. And Josiah Jerome in the Volkswagen here on the tail of Yevgeny Lazarenko, who is on the tail of Simeon Naku, whereas the top two, Mike Stockmill and Christoph Verstreppen, pulling away into the distance.
Yeah, they're gone, but we had a nice four-way little battle here for quite a while. So it was fun.
Speedy Gonzalez, I think, went off the track as he has dropped back to 15th position, he had briefly climbed his way back up into about 11th there, and is now dropping back.
Josiah Jerome on 1 pixel in the prayer.
Paul Riccobene giving him a little nudge.
Ain't nothing wrong.
It is Lazarenko versus Jerome versus Riccobene for 4th position. And in the meantime, Simeon Naku is kind of... he's still there, but he's probably appreciating you guys scuffling for the position behind him. And just ahead of them is a much better-looking Hyundai driven by Christoph Verstreppen.
That's impossible. I have the best livery.
Zoltan Kalmandi still in the mix there in 7th place, holding off Martin Edmonds. Good work by him. Johnny Major up into the top 10. So there goes Johnny.
I mean, it's just white with squares on it. That's not even the best PlayStation button.
Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, look at my roof. There's something on it. I just saw that.
I mean, you've got a cross on
You
there.
just noticed that now?
You're not helping yourself.
I mean, I guess it is kind of better than Yevgeny's. Yevgeny's is just plain gray.
Yeah, that's boring.
I mean,
I'm gonna go with the plain gunmetal gray over the plain white.
Well, it'd be one thing if it was like gunmetal gray with like some Metal Gear kind of green striping and logos and stuff.
That would look good, yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Look at how easy it is to spot on camera. I mean, it's brilliant.
Kind of losing it in the sun.
I mean, it's also very easy to miss on camera because it's white. Oh, Simeon.
Paul, are you trying to say that your car has some sort of natural giftedness because it is white?
I believe that's what he's trying to claim.
So Yevgeny
Lazarenko up the inside. Nope. No. Switchback. He got on the switchback. Nice work. Paul Riccobene in the background trying to get through and failing because he's in a white car.
Everybody drink.
You've been once again rejected by the Volkswagen.
13 frames per second. I cannot pass that guy.
Indeed. Martin Edmonds still being held off by the Honda of Zoltan Kalmandi. I was a little surprised that the Hondas weren't more popular in this series. I thought there would be more of them.
Oh, look at that move. Beautiful.
Beautiful. What move are you talking about? I see the Volkswagen fighting you off again.
I thought there was a move. I drove that Honda actually for about 5 laps in a test session, and I thought it was actually really good. I preferred it over the Hyundai I'm driving. I'm surprised as well.
Yeah.
Where people took it.
I mean, it's arguably the best car in real life. Now, mind you, I don't know. I didn't do extensive testing. I picked the Honda because it had the coolest liveries. But, Lazarenko has gotten Lazarenko on the switchback got the job done, and now Naku is under pressure from Josiah Jerome in the Volkswagen. And I think Josiah might have a run here into the first turn. Now, mind you, the first turn switches back into the second turn. That's going to open the door back up for Simeon to take this back. But it looks like... Oh! Contact!
Oh, that was a terrible dive bomb.
Simeon Naku shuts the door on Paul Riccobene, who is taking too many liberties. Liberties?
No, I think he literally went to say liveries.
No, he did not take a livery. Like this,
He's already taken one.
Forget the plural. Forget the plural. He took an unfinished Hyundai off the line. Like, that's just all there is to it.
More like a high-end goodbye.
Martin Edmonds still being held up by Zoltan Kalmandi, but now credit though to Zoltan. He's hanging with your group here, Paul. So it looks like Zoltan's got some speed here at Sepang. Probably multiple races in the academy around this track, helping him out a little bit.
Absolutely. Plus, he has that brand new. Well, there's no wrestling line.
No.
We do not teach at the academy. To be
that's
honest
not a
with
line. That's not the line you should take into that corner. No, that is not.
Did he take the Mexican route?
He did, and it let Martin Edmonds through like grease on poutine.
But he barely made any ground. Look at that. He's right on his tail.
Indeed, Zoltan right back in it.
Now he has that sweet 49-inch ultra-wide monitor. I think he found some speed with that.
Maybe that's a nice pickup. I am thinking about doing a monitor myself once I get another job. Edward Gonzalez is on a charge again. He's up to 13th and closing the gap to Wagner Bittencourt, who is currently running in 12th place.
I'm thinking about getting the 6-foot wide curved monitor to put above my 3 monitors that I already have.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
It'd be ridiculous.
Just Paul Riccobene putting the pressure all over the back end of Simeon Naku's Audi. Simeon is the top Audi, I do believe. I think it's him, Martin Edmonds, and Johnny Major representing the German mark. And Paul looking down the inside. No success at this time. Nope. He's got it.
Oh, no.
No, you do not. The grunt of the Audi keeping it ahead for the time being.
It looks like that Riccobene guy really struggles in that corner. He's just terrible there. All race long.
I would recommend steroids.
It could be that he's heading through like the start finish or the hang on, he's going for another move and looks
shut down.
That's much more exciting.
Shut down. Naku did hold them off. I can confirm that much.
Why is like 20% of Josiah's car Swedish?
I don't have an answer for that. I'm getting. Oh, you know what it is? He's racing the PWR car, which is a Swedish racing team. That would be why.
Well, yeah, there's your problem. You should be racing the PBR car. You know, the fuel mileage out of the thing, and it's cheap, too.
I'm loving this helicopter view.
Indeed.
Put him in the wall, Paul!
Oh, Paul!
Yeah, get him! Yeah!
You know the rules?
I mean...
Get out of my way.
That's not how this works. But this is touring cars, so rubbing is racing.
Put him in the wall, Paul Riccobene.
Trying. School Travis.
Actually, looking at this, there are no real big gaps in the field. Everyone's within 10 seconds of each other, which is nice, except for, unfortunately, Tobias Howard, who's quite a ways off, as Paul Riccobene does take 5th place away from Simeon Naku as he's trying to recover from that absolutely god-awful start.
You will see a second one not too far from here.
Oh, that's not reassuring in any way.
Luckily, our Mike Stoffmeal texted me in race 2 and 3 and told me how to actually start. So I got one good start.
I feel like
there's 3 races?
There are 3 races. Yeah.
Oh god, I need more wine.
Yeah.
I would just like to say we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Academy graduates in the top 10. It's working.
Very
don't believe
impressive.
It's working.
Work it real good.
New Academy format to be announced sometime this weekend. Probably tomorrow.
If you get past, you have to do 25 push-ups.
I have no way of enforcing that, and I tend to not make rules I cannot enforce.
I will visit your home.
If you're willing to do all the flight work there, that's fine.
I mean, Travis said he'd pay for my tickets.
I heard you guys just had a fun little week together.
Yep,
we
it
did.
was a bit of a shindig.
There were many pictures taken. We threatened repetitively to shave Martin's head. Oh, Josiah! Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Josiah Jerome with the rugby play.
Also, should be mentioned that I just realized Yevgeny is in the PWR Cupra, and Josiah is in the PWR Volkswagen. So teammates from different marks. As Paul Riccobene, and is it just me or does Simeon's car look a little effed up?
All the things are effed
Not
up.
for me. No, I think it's good.
Okay, it looks good. Maybe it was just the angle was coming off the corner, really loaded spring or something. Looked off center.
I think we should race nothing but stock Lamborghini Diablos.
Indeed. I don't recall Josiah getting a penalty for that. So Yevgeny, what you doing, man? You got to report this stuff. Paul Riccobene putting the pressure on, making that Yvonne Muller car absolutely proud of itself right now.
That's just spectacular driving.
I mean, you're still really looking incredibly uncomfortable in these sweeping turns.
I absolutely suck in this front wheel drive cars, if we're being honest.
Johnny Major seems to be catching up to this group, so that's kind of interesting. As Paul Riccobene looking down the inside of Yevgeny Lazarenko. Will Yevgeny shut the door? Yevgeny's giving you room. And you, I think, are going to... No.
Go!
I'll take advantage of it.
Go!
Got one lap left to get it done. Simeon is now tucked up behind you, and Josiah is relegated to a little bit of a spectator role right now. Simeon looking down the inside. Paul looking down the inside. Whoa! Yevgeny really offline. Paul really offline. And is that going to cost you, Paul?
No. Come on, I'm very calculated.
Ah! No! Simeon wants through. Oh! Shoving. A little hip check.
It's Simeon as you've never seen him on him
And that has opened the door for Josiah Jerome to slip into 5th place. Good work by Josiah. Trying to rebound off of that accident with Yevgeny Lazarenko earlier on.
There was quite a bit of paint trading through the races, it seemed.
Christopher Strepit's keeping Stock Mill relatively honest, keeping it within 5 seconds, but no real challenge coming from the Dutch driver.
I've seen better.
Or is he Belgian? Can't remember.
Belsh.
So Paul Riccobene, he's got less than a lap to try to get the job done and get himself on the podium here against Yevgeny Lazarenko. Simeon Naku, keeping him nice and company. Actually, Josiah's gotten past Simeon. I forgot about that. So it's Josiah, then Simeon. And Martin Edmonds kind of on his own. Then Zoltan Kalmandi, Johnny Major, and Alexander Samardzik, your top 10. Quick rundown of the division leaders. Stock Mill leading Division 1, of course. Division 2 is Josiah still Division 2 for some strange reason?
No.
Okay, that has been fixed. I'd imagine Division 2 is being won by Zoltan Kalmandi then.
I'd have to pull up the score sheet.
I believe that's the case, and I believe Division 3 currently being led by Rochelle Guerin. Can't think of anyone else who would have been... Oh, Zoltan dropping back at the end. That's not good. Zoltan is plummeting. What has happened to Zoltan?
Somebody messed with his Zoltan.
Somebody's run out of gas, I think.
Also, I love the giant satellite dishes. This is fantastic.
That's fantastic. Yevgeny Lazarenko does hang on to 3rd place across the line ahead of Paul Riccobene, Josiah Jerome,
Light flash.
and Simeon Naku. Martin Edmonds coming home in 7th ahead of Johnny Major, Alexander Samardzic, Rochelle Guerin in the top 10. Edward Gonzalez, Wagner Bittencourt, Scott Greenfield, Wayne Medeiros, Eric Klein. I don't know who that person in 16th place is.
It's your boy Lamb Chop.
Lucky Chop.
Nope,
I think he
believe it's
joined
Lamb Chop.
us for this last race about an hour before it started. I'm not sure who he is.
And Tobias Howard, 17th. I believe this is Tobias. Yes, it is. And unfortunately, it appears that Zoltan Kalmandi out of the race. I think he may have run out of gas.
Oh, that's a bummer. Running really well.
Punctured a gas tank.
Zoltan, please contact if incorrect. Did you run the car into the barrier? Because there wasn't really anyone near you, and that might be worse than running out of gas.
I mean, who runs out of fuel?
I mean, certain people who do not know basic math.
I mean, I'm about to run out of fuel because I need to put more wine in the decanter, but I mean, that's another story for another day.
What car are you going to run in the upcoming 3D Speed Series there, Paul?
I haven't decided. I'm debating between, I would say, 4 cars off the top of my head.
I do like how the teams show up like that. We can totally actually put our team names in on Raceroom now and actually have them show up.
Team Thundernuts.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm. Chances are not everyone will actually do it, but I will totally do it. I will put like ESR dash whatever my team name ends up being.
Summarize, Paul is debating between the Lamborghini Countach, the 1972 Lada, and and the 77 Honda Civic with the manual choke.
Civics for the win, always.
I mean,
my brother and I actually had a 77 Civic with the manual choke.
Yep.
That's why I know what that is, why that's a thing.
red lights, and green lights. Starting on pole position, by the way, is Johnny Major. So look for him to possibly get a good result here ahead of Martin Edmonds. Only a top 8 reverse grid?
Yeah, because you guys just voted on the top 10.
Finished a mini race with Johnny Major. That guy's got some speed.
Simeon Naku to the front of the pack. Johnny Major getting kind of boxed in. Martin Edmonds trying to surge up. It's an Audi 1-2 right now. Oh, actually, an Audi 1-2-3. It's an Audi 1-2-3 right now, actually. Yeah. It's a lot of tapping. Josiah Jerome into 4th place. You can see him weaving around there. There's Christopher Streppin up to 4th now in the Hyundai. Mike Stockmill in 6th place. Paul Riccobene 7th. Yevgeny Lazarenko in 8th place.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
And then it is Samardzik and Edward Gonzalez with a really good start up to 10th place. Good work. Good work, Eddie.
Stoffmeal watch all the way up to 6th place already.
Indeed, up 2 spots, passing Riccobene and Lazarenko at the start.
That Riccobene kid, he's coming along. He's doing nicely.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with that.
Now we'll see if the Audis maybe try to work together because it is a 1-2-3 Audi right now.
There's one thing I've learned. It's that nobody works together.
This is probably true, as Mike Stockmill ruins the Alpha, or ruins the Audi 1-2-3, moving into 3rd place in the Alpha. Cutting through this field like freaking butter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said 6th place, and we did a little preamble, and then he's in 3rd place.
Yep. Paul Riccobene on his tail, though. He's moving into 4th here as Johnny Major gets very out of shape and loses a couple of spots. Christopher Streppin 5th, and then it is Josiah Jerome. Looks like Verstreppen and Josiah may have taken each other out or had a bit of a moment because they both have dropped back. This makes me think that there was some argy-bargy between the two.
You kids and your weird UK slang.
Here is
Did he just say argy-bargy?
He did.
Yes.
He means what he means by that. Let me translate. Is some shit went down.
Oh, that I understand.
Mike Stockmill now up on the tail of the 2 Audis of Simeon Naku and Martin Edmonds as he's looking for that 2nd win of the day.
I'm going to do my my best Stoffmeal impression right now. You ready?
Yes. While you were doing that, change for the lead. Martin Edmonds has taken over from Simeon Naku.
That's going to change again.
I mean, when Mike Stockmill's on your tail, there's a good chance a change for position is coming up.
Oh, it's coming fast.
You're not giving Martin the benefit of the doubt that he can hold off Mike?
No.
Narp.
I have now seen him race. I have less respect.
Oh.
I mean, he makes great coffee, but it's Stoffmeal kid.
He does make great coffee, and Simeon Naku goes into the lead. So we did get a lead change, but not the one we thought.
And I don't even like coffee.
That's true. Byron doesn't even like coffee, but he was really enjoying the cold brew that Martin made.
Coffee and I don't get along.
Cold brew. That's where it's at.
Coffee and I combine to create fucking destruction. Don't. Just don't.
I do feel that I need to note something has happened with Eric Klein. He is dropping like a stone.
Could you say that perhaps he has declined?
That is definitely the case.
Perhaps if there was an incline, he has declined?
Definitely the case. Martin Edmonds going back for the lead. Up the inside of Simeon Naku. Simeon trying to hold him off. And contact between the two Audis!
Hello, Shirley!
Oh God! Paul Riccobene caught up in that as well. Paul Riccobene caught up that by way. Alexander Samardzic up into 5th place. He'll say thank you very much. As Verstappen goes into the lead ahead of Stoffmill and Johnny Major up to 3rd. So a very weird looking podium now.
I would like to congratulate Mike Stoffmill on his perfectly arranged cataclysm of passing into 2nd place.
Correct.
Edmonds all the way down to 11th from that instance.
Indeed. Whereas Simeon rejoined in 8th, it would appear. So problems for the Audis. They've pissed away at 1-2, and now Johnny Major is holding up the brand loyalty card. With Yevgeny Lazarenko on his tail in the Cupra.
Dear Christoph, prepare your anus.
Whoa, Johnny Major taking a detour. That's going to let Yevgeny and Samardzic past him into 3rd and 4th place. And now Paul Riccobene is right on the tail of the American Johnny Major. Battle for American pride and 5th place.
Yeah, 5th place is about the right place for
Speaking of
Good with 5th.
Speaking of American pride, Eddie Gonzalez up into 7th place.
Hey, go Speedy go!
Speedy go. There he is in the Alfa Romeo. So
Speedy's a troubled yet hilarious lad.
The Alfa Romeo is doing real well. 2nd, 4th, and 7th right now for the Alfa brand.
I'm coming for that ass.
Mike Stoffmill on the tail of Christoph Verstappen, looking to take advantage of things and stuff.
Why do I feel that this is a battle that's not going to slow either of them down?
Doesn't seem like it, because Mike Stoffmill, Mike's really precise about his overtakes.
Not close enough.
See that Hyundai? Much better looking than your Hyundai.
Who's on? No, it wasn't first.
Much better.
No way.
Much better. Much better.
Yours is more like a Hyundai.
Yours is feeling its pride, its racial heritage, I guess.
I don't need to cover my car in ridiculous decals.
Should we put like a tiki torch on your whip antenna there?
Riccobene did just take briefly took 4th place off of Samardzic, is now dropping like a stone. Back to 7th place.
There may have been a moment, an incident, some contact.
I see.
We'll leave it at that.
Are you pointing the fingers at Mr. Samardzic, or are you admitting that you may or may not have just plowed into an Alfa Romeo?
I will point no fingers.
Especially not at oneself.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. We'll go with that.
I refuse to incriminate myself based on the fact that eat shit.
Pleads the 5th. Oh, Stoffmill going for it. But that switchback is gonna, I think, save Verstappen, and I am correct. He retains 1st place.
That shit won't fly at Macau.
That's true. Whoa.
Which, we need to see that.
Some interesting lines through that first turn. Wagner Bittencourt, I believe, and the Honda getting very wide. So Mike Stoffmill going for it again. Can he get the job done against the Hyundai?
The ticker gerbs.
And the answer is, for now, no. Verstappen's still hanging in there. Still hanging on to the lead against the Dutchman, Mike Stoffmill.
Stoffmill about to get this boy a headbutt.
Yevgeny Lazarenko having a kind of a lonely race there in 3rd place right now.
Collecting his championship points.
Plus, I mean, Yevgeny's usually at the heart of like all the action in a race, so he's got to have a boring one every once in a while.
Yeah, he doesn't have many lonely races. He's always surrounded.
Generally, yes. There he is heading through the uphill hairpin. And Alexander Samardzic under attack from Johnny Major there in a battle for 4th place. That heating up. Looks like Naku and Riccobene are right on the tail. Wagner Bittencourt up into 8th place. Very impressive run from the Brazilian? I believe Brazilian.
I believe it's pronounced Wagner.
Probably is Wagner. Mike Stockmill looking to find a way around. He's trying to go around the outside here. I don't really know if that's really a move that you can make happen, but we'll find out.
2 Trithmark girls go around the outside.
I would say that Christoph Verstappen proving me a little bit correct there as he hangs on to lead once again with about 6 minutes to go.
I have a feeling we're going to see some inside-outside shenanigans.
Whoa! Things really heating up for 4th place there between Samardzic, Naku, Major, and Riccobene. That could be interesting. As once again, Stockmill is rebuffed by Christoph Verstappen. Simeon Naku trying to take the top Audi honors from Johnny Major. Can he get the job done? Major goes down the inside. That will, of course, switch back to the outside, but I think he may have gotten the job done.
Paul,
he has.
Put him in the wall.
So
Mike Byron.
Mike Stockmill still on the tail of Christoph Verstappen.
I have a proposal for a new drinking rule.
Okay.
If the caster refers to another caster in the booth in the third person, 2 drinks.
You mean like Paul Riccobene?
Yeah.
So
Third person. Wait, what's third person?
You realize I'm getting everyone drunk.
That's my fucking plan. So
I mean, like alcohol poisoning.
Address myself as Byron. So if Byron was to do a certain thing, or Byron was to have a drink right now. So we have a drinking rule for the commentary, where if the caster refers to themselves in the third person,
I hate to interrupt, but Alexander Samardzic is getting really hoonsballs here, and Johnny Major off the track for some reason. Samardzic retains position, Naku and Riccobene picking up a spot, and Johnny Major back into 7th place.
2 drinks.
Indeed. Quietly, Rochelle Guerin has somehow weaseled her way into the top 10. I'm just seeing that now.
Hurtful. It's all skill, sir.
She also describes herself as a weasel, so I don't even know where you're going with this.
She is the super ferret.
Mike Stockmill going for the lead. Can he get the job done? He is in the lead and shuts the door on Verstappen. Stockmill to the front.
Would like to congratulate Christoph as being the most proficient, not letting motherfucker pass in the first place instantaneous type shenanigans.
He's not done, I don't think.
And he cuts the fucking director.
Cuts back to Simeon Naku taking 4th off of Samardzic. Where's Paul Riccobene? Paul,
I'll tell you exactly where he is.
Paul, why are you cosplaying as Andy Blade right now?
Oh snap!
I told Byron I had a plan. That involved me slamming into a wall pretty hard, I believe.
Ooh.
Top 10 position for Scott Greenfield. Go Scott!
At least you didn't get passed by Lamb Chop.
True. You've held off Lucky Chop for the time being.
If you get passed by Lamb Chop, you have to sing the song that never ends.
Also, something has happened to Edward Gonzalez. He's back into 16th, and Wagner Bittencourt, same thing, down to 15th. So maybe a little bit of cross-border contact. And
I
Paul,
believe. Go ahead.
I didn't really have anything to add to that.
No, I was just going to say I believe contact was a common theme.
I mean, that
Bittencourt
is
car.
That is how. Well, I mean, it's touring cars. It's a contact sport for sure.
Oh yeah,
it's about the closest thing Europe has to NASCAR.
I'm waiting for the electronic super truck European oval circuit.
They already have that.
I'm not surprised.
It's not in the game, but they do have that. In fact, you need to go check out like the Robbie Gordon truck. It's pretty fucking impressive. Wayne Medeiros on the tail of Scott Greenfield. Battle here for the last top 10 position.
Wayne, don't call me Yancey Medeiros.
I mean, no one should be compared to Yancey Medeiros in any way. It's not really ever a compliment, except for if I say you were thick-headed like him.
That's the joke.
Paul Riccobene on the tail of this as well, in that really naked-looking white Hyundai.
Driving quite aggressively.
Driving quite aggressively as he tries to get past his the car driven by the nephew of the car that he's driving, which is interesting.
Get him!
And it looks like Riccobene has slipped into 10th place, so he has taken Greenfield, and Medeiros goes hard in the paint. Oh, that did not work out, though. Although Scott Greenfield somehow got past you. Paul, would you like to elaborate how that happened?
Yeah, there was nowhere for me to go. I'm not sure if you were looking at the screen there.
I'm just saying, Scott had very much the same obstacle in his way. He seemed to handle it much better.
Byron.
Wayne Medeiros going hard. And I think he is asking too much of his brakes there.
Yeah, the front tires way past the limit at that point.
I mean, that is generally how it works.
He uses the Sega Dreamcast cheat codes in every race.
I never owned a Sega Dreamcast. I cannot confirm that.
I don't believe you.
I was really never big on the consoles. Had to buy them myself, so it was really one at a time.
You mean you didn't mug your younger brother for all of his pocket change?
No, he usually chipped in to get said consoles, so that wasn't really required. Josiah Jerome catching up to, that is Martin Edmonds ahead of him, so Audi versus Volkswagen, the eternal rivalry.
I think you can. For one thing you can take away from this particular race is that Mike just definitely confirmed that he prostituted his younger brother out for consoles. Because there's no way Kyle actually had money for things.
I assumed that was a given. Josiah Jerome on the tail of Martin Edmonds, trying to get that spot away from him. Up ahead of them is Johnny Major and Alexander Samardzik, who are, I don't mean to be offensive to the two drivers, but a little bit out of place battling over 5th place, so fantastic race for them.
Hurtful.
Hey, I would say the same if I was anywhere near the top 10.
I wouldn't. I'd make up grand, extravagant nonsense.
Mike Stoppmill is your winner from Christopher Streppin. Yevgeny Lazarenko. Simeon Naku's going to bring it home in 4th place. And it looks like Samardzik is going to hang on to 5th across the finish line, ahead of Johnny Major, Martin Edmonds, and Josiah Jerome. Looks like Josiah is down a headlight. We roll in.
He's just winking at you because you cute.
With Lucky Chop, who is on the tail of Zoltan Kalmandi, who is not running out of gas this time. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Yeah, it looks like he is actually going to get across the line this time in 13th position. And there is Wagner Bittencourt bringing it home in 15th spot. And then it's a long way back to Edward Gonzalez. I'm kind of intrigued to see what Eddie's car looks like, because I suspect there's some damage. Actually doesn't really look like it. Just
have all the parts.
Just ESR / diabolical. That's solid. It's solid right there. Anyways, Edward Gonzalez bringing it home in 16th spot. Quick check on the division winners. Mike Stoppmill, Division 1. Alexander Samardzik, I do believe, is Division 2, so that would be the winner there. And Division 3 to Rochelle Guerin for the 2nd consecutive race. They're in 9th place.
On a scale of 1 to NASCAR, what division would I be in?
NASCAR.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, Toby! Toby's out of gas!
That's unfortunate.
He can see the final turn, but he cannot move.
That sucks.
That is the worst feeling. It really is, because you feel the car power, and you're sitting in your chair just shaking, hoping it'll... Never does.
Put the Mexican overdrive.
I don't generally have that feeling, because I don't run out of gas.
Oh, snap.
Happens to the best of us, I'm just going to say.
This is one of the rare exceptions where Stoffmeal wins a race but doesn't have fastest lap.
Yeah, it does happen periodically, but not often.
Not too many times. Less than a handful of times.
That is probably 100% true. So it'll be Josiah Jerome who leads the way from the pole position. Martin Edmonds on the front row again. So we'll see if he can turn in a better result than last race, where he finished 7th again, despite starting 2nd. Straighten up and fly right, Martin. Bring it on. This race, of course, occurred. No, wait. This was when I got back, wasn't it? Yeah, I was gonna say I just left Martin's place before this race, but no, I'm a week off.
This was 17 weeks ago.
That is not correct. I feel like we didn't even have a series 17 weeks ago. We're down to 15 cars, so we've lost 3. Scott Greenfield is missing.
Goes to work, so he cannot finish the 3rd race.
Eric Klein is missing, and I'm not sure who the 3rd one is. Oh, Speedy Gonzalez. We don't have Speedy.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! Very off the track there. That is Martin Edmonds and Simeon Niku. Audi on Audi carnage.
You're going 5 wide through the first corner.
This is insanity.
I like it. Keep doing that.
It was very nice, yes. Very nice, but vaguely suicidal. In the meantime, Josiah Jerome leads from Johnny Major, Christopher Streppin, Alexander Samardzik, Yevgeny Lazarenko, Mike Stoppmill in 6th once again. Martin Edmonds and Paul Riccobene, your top 8. Oh, more contact.
I say that as soon as you said Mike Stoffmill in 6th, he went up to 5th.
No, he is still in 6th.
There was a little swoopy-swappy there.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody would like to backtrack the replay, you will confirm that.
I trust you. I trust you.
Stop everything. Let's rewind.
Yevgeny Lazarenko up into 4th place, trailing Alexander Samardzik, looking for a 3rd consecutive podium here at Sepang. Toby's dropped it back. Lucky Chop. Simeon Niku's rejoined in 13th. I believe he was the one that hit the wall. Whoa, Johnny Major.
Yeah.
Was
that like
bouncing off each other all over the place?
A little bit.
Your boy just went nose first off the track for no discernible reason I can come up with.
Stoppmill up to 3rd. He's gotten past Lazarenko. Paul Riccobene getting a little out of shape there. And Verstappen to the lead, having taken it away from the Volkswagen of Josiah Jerome. Martin with our ESR website in his team name. Very nice.
Indeed. I would also like to thank Martin for not bringing any racing gear up to when he visited, because goddamn, that shit would just sit in the closet.
He wanted to. He's like, I should bring the Momo up. I'm like, do not bring the Momo up.
It will not get used. Send that to Josiah or somebody.
Also, it should be mentioned the Momo doesn't work, so that's another thing.
Oh, well, that would be entertaining as fuck.
We were battling with his high tech wheel that Travis sold him, and that doesn't properly work because the power cord is partially broken.
Ooh,
so
hot glue will fix that.
Yeah. Oh no, there's hot glue all over the place, and it's still not working properly.
All right then.
It can work, but it's really finicky. But anyways, after it had turned off like 3 or 4 times, we were getting close to the drop-in race that I was doing at his place. And he's like, let's just go get the Momo. I'm like, okay, I'll race the Momo. That's fine. I've got one arm. It's not like I'm going to be doing great. And so we got the Momo, and he couldn't find the power supply. So the Momo does not work. So had he brought you the Momo, it would have had no power supply.
Either way, it would have sat in the closet, and I would have used it 0 times.
Indeed. But do not send that to Josiah. That's actually the one piece of hardware Josiah does not need. He has a good wheel. It's the computer that we need to replace.
Please, anybody, RAM, video cards, anything, goddamn.
If memory serves, I want to say Josiah has the same wheel I have. And therefore also the same wheel that Martin has. So
why aren't you faster?
That is a great question that I have no actual answer for.
Well, work on it.
I'm trying to work on it. Paul was supposed to help me as my teammate in 3D Speed, but all Paul taught me throughout the course of the season was how to run out of fuel.
Oh, snap.
I had big plans, and then I tried working with him, and it was terrible, to be honest with you. And I
can agree. Yes, I will back you up 100%. You really
can't
work,
honest.
Mike. He is.
Guys, I heard about feelings.
He threatens all kinds of like genocide.
Yeah, he gets violent very quickly.
Very strange.
Got a little afraid for my life, and then I.
Oh no, you don't have to worry about that.
I've never threatened to genocide your people. Mike Stoppmill up in his second place, having taken Josiah Jerome. So once again, it's Verstappen versus Stoppmill. Will he get him this time?
Yes.
Evgeny Lazarenko for Samardzic doing really well again. Really good showing by my fellow countryman up in 5th place.
It's a country entity, sir. I'm trying to be progressive here.
Have you been to Serbia? There's nothing progressive about the country.
Welcome to Serbia. Oh, you seem a little dusky.
We can clean you.
I would not advocate for
Whoa!
that.
Somebody just.
Simeon Naku got banged up there, I think, by Wagner Bittencourt. That was not great.
We here at the ESR commentary booth do not endorse ethnic cleansing, but recognize that it does happen throughout the world. Thank you and good night.
And that it has comedic value.
I mean, depends on your side of the fence, but possibly.
Paul Riccobene up into 4th place, having displaced... Oh, 5th place, pardon me. Having displaced Alexander Samardzic. And Martin Edmonds again in 7th. God damn it, Martin. Can you run above 7th place?
Yeah, Martinho.
Martin had a frustrating evening, we'll say.
At least he's not an Andy Blade spot.
That's true. The Andy Blade spot is currently occupied by Lucky Chop.
That's Lime Chop.
I feel like actually Lucky Chop may get out of that Andy Blade. Oh, nope, never mind. I was going to say, it looked like Rochelle Guerin may have left the track, but it appears that she has rejoined and retains 12th place.
I'd like to point out that Mike Stoffmill has way too much time to take over 1st place.
That's true. He has almost 9 minutes, so it's probably going to work out to being about 4 or 5 laps. That he can get that done.
It's like giving Drew Brees 10 minutes to score 2 touchdowns.
Martin Edmonds has gotten up the inside of Alexander Samardzic there for 6th place. That was a nice overtake. Wagner Bittencourt overtaking Johnny Major. And Johnny Major getting it back. So Johnny Major into the top 10. Zoltan Kalmandi in the top 10. Good for him. He had a really promising first race, ran out of gas, and then was unable to really make great ground in second race. So he's looking to get a good result here. A track he knows very well.
And
then Prophet, I guess.
Excellent.
He's in a battle there. No, he's not in the battle. He's actually ahead of the battle. It's Johnny Major, Wagner Bittencourt, Lucky Chop, Rochelle Guerin, all in very, very close company, fighting for, that is, 10th position through 13th. And Simeon Naku, very out of position, down in 14th place, having had at least 2, we'll call it contacts. Alexander Samardzic in 7th place, still doing real well. And easily winning Division 2 right now. I'll say Division 3 is having a really good run with that man right there, Wayne Medeiros, up in 8th place. He's got seemingly an affinity for these front-wheel drivers. He seems to do very well here. Now, if he could just translate that into other cars, he would have some very solid results. Also, an apology to Wayne Medeiros and Ronaldo Tavares for leaving them off of the original drivers list for 3D Speed. I have corrected that problem now.
Is it because they're brown?
Wayne appears to be actually pretty white for Brazilian.
Is it because his family immigrated around 1945?
It's possible, though his last name is Portuguese, so I am puzzled.
Just kind of spreading all the racism all the way, all over the place here. big old decoy cloud of racism.
Wayne, looks like Wayne lost a spot there. Dropped off the back end and has lost a spot to Johnny Major, so we missed a incident, perhaps, or mistake. A little bit of the caster curse, perhaps. Mike Stoppmill on the tail of Christopher Streppen, still trying to look for that 3rd win. Josiah Jerome, Yevgeny Lazarenko, and Paul Riccobene in behind him. Paul, how does it feel at this point to be in 5th place?
Oh!
Whoa! Stop, Bill! Out of control!
That was way more important than that question.
Yes.
Damn it, I was pouring wine.
I 100% agree with that statement.
I was literally like trying to finish off pouring everything out of the decanter when that happened. My elbow was partially in the way, and I am disappointed. Mike, I am sorry. I have failed you. But do it again, and I'll make it up to you.
We just witnessed Stoffmule making an unforced mistake. That was unbelievable.
And dropping back to 4th place behind Josiah Jerome and Yevgeny Lazarenko. But you know who didn't overtake Mike Stoffmule? This man right here, Paul Riccobene.
Oh,
But
snap.
I'm sure that at this point he's thinking, you know what? I'm just going to tag along and learn how to go fast. Let's see how long that lasts.
Paul Riccobene Hoover poons his way all the way to the front. Because there's still, goddammit, there's still almost 5 minutes left of this race. You can't even tell me nothing that Stoffmule can't win this still.
Simeon Naku's trying to hack his way through some of the mid-packers. He's on the tail of Lucky Chop, and that is Wagner Bittencourt just ahead of him in the yellow Honda. Someone going very, very slow there. That is... Oh no! Zoltan! Don't tell me he ran out of gas again.
He messed
He
with
can't be out
himself.
of gas already. There's 4 minutes left.
I was going to say, but he definitely was going real slow there, and has lost a spot to Wayne Medeiros as a result, as well as Johnny
Listen,
Major.
I've done me a bunch of commentary on these 20-minute races. I've never seen anybody run out of gas until we're doing these races right now. So what's the fucking deal?
Nah, you saw Paul run out of gas in at the Red Bull Ring.
I don't remember that at all.
That cost me my shot at 2nd place in that championship, and our team.
It probably cost us a title.
basically-
It probably
yes.
cost us a team title.
Well,
Because
I mean,
the
all I hear
following
is that
race-
Mike probably should have gone faster, and then you wouldn't
Thank you,
have to.
Byron.
The
argument I had all season with him.
we had a deal. You beat Josiah, I beat Joe. I beat Joe. You didn't beat Josiah.
Oh, I thought you meant just once. I didn't know you meant
all the time.
As Yevgeny loses the podium position there to Mike Stoffmule, who is probably fuming in that car right now. The red is slowly getting larger on the car. Wagner Bittencourt trying to get past... Oh, I think it's actually Simeon trying to overtake Wagner. So, hold on that.
It's Bittencourt.
Johnny Major has dropped back, as well as Wayne Medeiros. I can't help but note that they were running very close together and are now both backwards. I wonder what happened there. So Simeon up into the top 10. Good recovery drive from Simeon. He did get slammed into the wall at the start and has kept it going and is still scraping up some good points. Take notes, Javi P.
Luckily, these cars don't take much damage.
They are quite robust.
Yeah, you
That
can
is true.
basically flip them upside down and...
Johnny Major on the tail of Lucky Chop, who goes fairly wide there. And that's going to let Johnny back up into 11th position.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty hungry for pork chops right now.
This has got to be like the most up and down race Johnny Major has ever had. He led the race at one point. He was in a podium position. He was in a top 5 position. He was dead last at one point. It's been an absolute roller coaster.
I'd like to point out that Stoffmule's back in 3rd place.
We did know
Closing
that.
in.
We saw him overtake Yevgeny.
I'd like to point it out for a 3rd time, just because I'm doing that right now.
That's fine. That's fine.
And I don't think he's a minute and a half. No, I don't think he's gonna win, but I don't think 2nd place is out of reach because, well, I mean, he is doing
Toby
that thing
Howard's
with that
now
race
in
car.
3rd. Oh, there he goes.
I'm in favor of that. Toby, go to the front.
We wish Toby all the best of luck in the Academy in this upcoming season.
I notice there's a distinct lack of Gulf oil liveries in here, and so thenceforth you have all failed me.
I mean, we don't choose the liveries. They're what's in the game.
Look how
That
stunningly
sounds-
beautiful that one, though, is.
It's very PlayStation-esque. Does your license plate say KW on it?
Paul, it does. Paul Riccobene driving the KKK car.
Oh,
Whoa!
easy.
Whoa!
I'd like to strike that from the record.
Listen, I was going kind of around the periphery with the racism.
Yes.
There's no need to go all like balls
I
deep
agree.
there.
There's 30 seconds left. It's time to go balls deep.
I do not
Jeebus
approve
creepers.
of that comment.
You're gonna get us banned from the internets.
That's not true.
Also, aren't we doing live? Are we doing the Intercontinental this weekend? Or
Yes.
What time is that? That's tomorrow, Paul?
It is Sunday.
Sunday,
Oh.
Sunday.
Is that gonna conflict with the Assetto Corsa series, the Competizione? What time is it? Is what I'm
2
getting at
p.m.
here.
Eastern time.
Okay, no, but that won't conflict at all. Excellent. So 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 for you, Mr. Byron. We are
I was
doing it live.
11 a.m.
Oh, Byron,
11 a.m.
you're going to be doing the Intercontinental. I know
I
that
was,
they were
I
afraid
was
of you
told I
early
was-
on.
I was told I was semi-banned from doing it,
Yeah, I heard.
and now we're just sticking the dick all the way in.
That's what
Well,
I
to be honest, it's that we were initially told that the professionalism of Byron was insufficient for the commentary booth for the Intercontinental Series. Then Suzuka happened, and we don't care about professionalism anymore.
Yeah, it's time for somebody to wear the Arabian goggles. Go ahead and Google that.
Paul Riccobene going for 4th place here in the last corner, but I don't think he's got the positioning, and that's gonna be Yevgeny
yeah.
Lazarenko holding him
Put him
up.
in the wall!
Christoph Verstappen wins from Josiah Jerome, Mike Stopmill. Oh, Riccobene's still in it. Nope. Cut off at the line.
I thought about it.
Lazarenko. Martin Edmonds with his best run of the day in 6th position, ahead of Alexander Samardzik. Zoltan Kalmandi in the top 10. Good on Zoltan. Simeon Niku's recovery drive ends in 9th place, ahead of, that is Johnny Major, Wagner Bittencourt, Lucky Chop, Wayne Medeiros, and Rochelle Garin, coming in 14th position. And Toby Howard will be the last man classified. There he is, in his Honda, heading towards the finish line in 15th position. So, Paul, you're as the man who was in these 3 races and this Grand Series that you have administrated most ably. What were your thoughts on the whole series and this round?
This round was particularly wild from where I was sitting. It felt like there was a lot of contact, but it was fun for the most part. It was just rough but fair door-to-door battling. Overall, I am not a giant fan of these cars, but at the same... Slow there.
Oh, get him! Go!
Come on,
You do
come on,
it!
Toby.
You do
Oh,
it!
he's
There you
got
go.
Yeah!
Yeah, I'm not a front-wheel drive car guy, but these are fun to race, so it's a very interesting situation.
Fair enough. What are the plans for the Tuesday series going forward?
I'm sure we're going to take a few weeks off. I will check with Martin. It seems like there's a lot of interest in another season
Ooh,
for these.
Simeon Niku's car is dead at the side of the road. Don't know what's up with that.
But I
One-
believe that there's enough interest. We would consider a second series of these cars. Maybe change the tracks up
That'd be
a little
cool.
bit.
Maybe bring in the new Blisterberg track. That could be interesting.
Reverse Macau.
I think these would be a perfect car for that track.
Indeed, I bought that today, and I'm actually quite eager to give it a shot. Also picked
you
up
haven't driven it yet? I haven't seen it.
picked up Dubai, as that will be on the 3D speed schedule.
I bought Deathwing Space Hulk on Steam, so come shoot things with me. Warhammer 40k. OP, please nerf.
Anyways, for now, we are signing off. We will be bringing you live commentary tomorrow. Get ready for that fun of the Intercontinental Series. Or no, pardon me,
It's Sunday.
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 I mean,
tomorrow,
I'm willing to do live commentary 2 days in a row. I just need to know what time I'm going to show up.
tomorrow is the finale of the Swedish Hogtide.
Oh, cakey as hell.
Mm-hmm.
British hog tie?
Yes.
I don't know what this is, but I'm intrigued.
It means festival.
What they do is they string them up in real nice and delicate like, and then they pour all kinds of hot fat over there and get the nice blistery skin, and then they roast them slow, and it's very tasty. Or there's cars involved. I'm confused.
There is actually cars involved.
I'm not really sure.
Anyways, on that note, I think we're done.